Good day, fellow investors. My name is Lorenz and thank you so much for watching my channel. A channel that talks about investing in stock market and also how you can be financially independent. I must say it's been a very long time since I posted a video. It's just because I got very busy, but on the other side, I've been very fine. But hopefully from today, I'm going to be posting so often about how you can invest, how you can save, and also how you can be independent, financially independent. So today I'm going to be talking about the hot topic that everyone is talking about, companies are talking about, and even I've been severally asked about this topic, and the topic is money market funds. What is a money market fund? How can you use it? How can you invest in it? So this is what I'm going to be talking about, but I'm not going to be talking about only money market fund, but I'm going to also to be comparing it with another investment option, which is buying shares. First of all, what is money market fund? Basically, this is an investment company or a fund manager that collects money from different investors and invest it on behalf of those investors. So where does the money market fund invest the money? Mainly, it invests in low risk and also short-term securities, and also actually it invests in high yield fixed deposits in banks, because some banks, they do give a very high yielding dividends in case you invest a lot of money. So on the other side, what is a share, or what are the shares? So for share, in simple terms, it is a unit of ownership of a company. So I will give an example of, for example, Safaricom in Kenya, or if you're in Uganda, you can talk of Stanbic Bank. So for example, mainly the minimum shares you can buy in Kenya or in Ugandan companies, it is 100 shares. So for example, if you buy shares, 100 shares in Stanbic Bank or Safaricom, it means you own part of Safaricom or Stanbic Bank. You own 100 shares of that company that you have purchased. So why should you purchase or buy money market funds instead of buying shares? Number one significant advantage is it is low risk. In my recent memory, actually, I haven't heard of anyone who has lost any money in money market funds. So I'm going maybe to give you some examples of money market funds that we have, for example, in Kenya or Uganda, that where I am. In Uganda, we do have, it's the company called Zeno, and also we do have Britam, we also have UAP, and also you can search, there are several money market funds. So if you go to Kenya, we also have Britam. Britam has both Uganda and Kenya. We also have Saiton. We do have several actually. We do have also, it's called CIS. We do have Milele. There are also a lot of money market funds in Kenya, but the main important part of it is you have to check, if you're going to invest in, you have to check the ones which are registered by the authority in that country. So the ones I've talked about, all of them, they are authorized to do business in specific countries. So as I said, number one advantage, they have low risk. As I said, I don't remember in my investing history any company or any person that lost money when they invested in money market funds. But when I compare it with shares, in shares, it's very, I can say it's very high risk, especially if you're new to investments. I'll give you the recent examples where people, maybe they did not lose all the money, but they lost significant part of their money. For example, if you're in Kenya, if you had invested in Kenya, we do have Kenya Airways. that was listed on Nairobi Securities Exchange, but it was delisted. Many people had invested a lot of money, but when they refunded them, they had lost a significant amount of money. I'll give another example that was in Kenya. It is called the Nairobi Bank. I mean, it's NBK, National Bank of Kenya. They also lost money because they had invested a lot of money, but by the time they delisted it, it was actually a very, very big loss. Many people, they had lost a lot of money. So if you're still new in investing, I recommend money market funds instead of shares. Second reason why you should be investing in money market funds is you don't need any level of expertise or knowledge. What you need to do is you need to go online, or anyone who is an expert, you can ask them. Any companies, for example, for me in Uganda, I use Britam, but I'm not recommending it. Or anyway, you can look for the best that suits your investment goals. So what you need to do is actually you need to search the company that you want to invest in. Then you can go to their office. Mainly the minimum, like in Uganda, the minimum that I invest in is 50,000 Ugandan shillings. So for example, you don't need any expertise. The only expertise you need is to look for the company that you want to invest in. Then you start the business. But when comparing to shares, when it comes to shares, you need a level of expertise if you want to minimize the losses, because you need to check, does it pay dividends, does it have losses, the growth rate. So you need to look for a lot of things that need a lot of research. So if you're still new in the investment, I recommend money market funds. So the third part of it is money market fund is very, very flexible. For example, if you have invested in the money and you need the money back, you just have to write to them. There is a form. Most of the companies have forms. You need to fill it. Then after filling it, they will give you a form. You fill it. In actually 2 to 3 days, you will have gotten back your money. But when it comes to stocks or shares, it's something different. It might be flexible, but the problem is when you're going to get your money back, you might have lost, or the shares might have gone down, which is very, very hard. So what I can say is, if you need money in a very short period of time, or if you need money, if you're going to need money in the near future, I would recommend money market funds instead of shares. So what do I recommend? Personally, I do have both. I do have money market funds, and also I have shares. So what do I recommend? For example, if you're a new person in investing, I would purely recommend you to go to money market funds, because as I told you, there's a very, very high percentage that you're not going to lose your money. And also, if you need money anytime, you can simply get it. But if you have knowledge of stocks, if you have knowledge of money market funds, you can do like what I do. I have both in money market funds. I put money because I know this is like my emergency fund, because I know most of the time I will not lose my money, and if I need it anytime, I can get my money by just filling the form and submitting it to the company, and I will be able to get my money within 2 to 3 working days. But for the stocks, it's very, very risky. As I said, if you're not going to be patient, or if you will need money in a very short period of time, I wouldn't recommend you to buy any shares. And also another thing is, if you're good at, sometimes stocks can give you a very, very high returns if you're good at actually another, for example, the good side of shares or buying shares, if you're good at making your own research, the shares can be very profitable compared to money market funds. For example, if you're in Kenya, there are now some companies like Kenya Power. It was like 1.8 Kenyan shillings, but as I talk now, they are almost 3. It has doubled 100% within a month. So that's the good side about shares, but I said it needs a lot of work. So if you're still an amateur, if you're still relatively new to investing, I purely recommend go for money market funds. But if you're good, for example, as I said, for me, I invest in both because at least I understand what the shares are, I understand what money market funds, and I know when I should be investing and what I should not be investing in. So once again, if you're new to investing, I purely recommend you go for money market funds. But if you're an expert, if you're good at investing, or if you can do a good research, of course, shares is a very, very good investment option. Thank you once again. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, please just go to this video and ask any questions if you have any comments. And also don't forget to subscribe so that in case I release another video, you will be able to be notified. Once again, have a wonderful day. Goodbye.